Huh? What's that? Now watch Papa Zola game on? How long has it been since I uploaded my last video? I'm so sorry, I'm very late to review this film. The reason is I'm working alone to finish my final year project animation titled Tenggelam that will be released on YouTube in July this year. It will be a 2-minute 3D animated short inspired by the folklore of Chochi no Bake and Tenggelam or Penanggal. It will also feature a culture fusion between Japan and Kedah, similarly to San Francisco in Big Hero 6. I actually post all of my progress on my Instagram, so don't forget to follow me there. When my animation actually drops this July, please Pinky promise me that all of you will watch it and support it because it has been my dream since high school to do animation. Thank you for your time and let's go back to the video. A kid's film about a midlife crisis, huh? Like, am I tweaking? Am I joking? No, this film is really about handling midlife crisis. So, who is this guy and why is he wearing an eye mask? Let me introduce you to Papa Zola, a side character from a popular show in Malaysia, BoBoiBoy. Since I assume most of you probably weren't familiar with Papa Zola before, so let's dive deeper, shall we? Firstly, I want to talk about why are we getting a film about Papa Zola while we can just have another film about BoBoiBoy. The company behind BoBoiBoy, Monster Studios, wanted to branch out from their IP, but they still wanted to make it in the same universe as BoBoiBoy. Since they haven't tapped themselves in the family/toddler audience market, they choose Papa Zola and his family to fill in that audience market. Hence, we have a YouTube channel called Papa Pipi that focuses more on the family style of content. Fun fact, this used to be the original Monster YouTube channel, that's why you can see their oldest upload being BoBoiBoy related. In the canon universe of BoBoiBoy, Papa Zola is a famous superhero from a television series and video game. In Season 1 Episode 7, Gopal and BoBoiBoy play a pixel 2D platformer video game titled Papa Zola 5 Kebenaran di Lorong Kegelapan. Somehow, the evil alien Adudu managed to trap both of them into the video game so he can kill them easily since they only have 3 lives in this game. Gopal and BoBoiBoy beat the game and get transported back into the real world, and so is the video game character Papa Zola. From now on, most people know Papa Zola as a video game character that came into the real world by mistake. In Season 2 Episode 1, Papa Zola started becoming a math teacher in Rintis Island Primary School, which really humanized Papa Zola from a video game character into an actual person. How did he apply to be a teacher? Jangan tanya. In Season 3 Episode 10, Papa Zola requested BoBoiBoy and Gopal to transport out his wife, Mama Zila, from another pixel 2D platformer video game titled Papa Zola Kekasih Terang Benda. So, his wife got out and they are happily together. Just know, Mama Zila used to have a dinosaur form in that video game. From now on, most people know Papa Zola and Mama Zila as video game characters living a normal life in Pulau Rintis. In BoBoiBoy Galaxy Season 1, Papa Zola shifted from being a teacher to being promoted as TAPOP's captain. TAPOP stands for Tracker and Protector of Power Spheres, and they are an intergalactic organization that protects every power sphere like Ultrabot across the galaxy. In BoBoiBoy Movie 2, we are introduced to Pipi Zola, Papa Zola's daughter. This is where Monster actually takes the opportunity to market Papa Zola from a comic relief character into a family-oriented husband that cares about his family. Lastly, in BoBoiBoy Galaxy Baraju Episode 6, Papa Zola resigned from being TAPOP's captain to spend more time with his wife and kid, and now we're in the current timeline for this film. Side note, for this film review, I will be going through its storyline, commentary on midlife crisis and its visual. Spoiler alert! Please watch the film first and then come back to this video. Let's refresh on what we know about Papa Zola. He is a video game character that got transported into the real world and lived a normal life as a math teacher, then a TAPOP's captain, then resigned. His wife, Mama Zila, is also a video game character and she used to have a dinosaur form. Now she is a full-time housewife and takes care of Pipi. So Papa Zola is jobless now? So how did he feed his family then? Papa Zola is now working 3 jobs. a food rider, a school van driver, and a bookseller. The film showcases how Papa Zola is being mistreated as a food rider, his book not selling well, and he struggles with time management as a school van driver. The film also establishes how Pipi wanted to go out on a holiday since all of her classmates are going with their families. So Pipi's request kinda burdens Papa Zola, and Papa Zola decides to push harder to earn enough to go on holiday as a family. It leads to Papa Zola being involved in an accident where he spilled a lot of customers' food and he had to pay back all of that, which consumed all of his hard earnings. Right now we learn how desperate Papa Zola is to fulfill Pipi's wishes. Papa Zola stumbled upon an old friend of his, Yonbi, in which both Papa Zola and Mama Zola have zero memories of him. But both of them are from video games, so how can they have an old friend? Yonbi invited Papa Zola and his family on a camping trip, and of course Papa Zola accepted it for Pipi. Somehow, Otoi, Pipi's classmate, accidentally snuck into this camping trip. Yonbi explained to Papa Zola that he and his wife were originally an agent under PAPA, Protect and Prevent Agency. It was an organization to protect the earth from alien attacks. In PAPA, we have Papa Zola, Mama Zola, Yonbi, and totally inspired by Bollywood actors, KERCIS Han. Also, the mask that Papa Zola wears is actually a Papa eye mask that all Papa agents wear to communicate with each other. Basically, both Papa Zola and Mama Zola got their memories fully wiped out because they got stuck in the video game. And suddenly, Pipi gets kidnapped by KERCIS Han, so Yonbi and Papa Zola went to rescue Pipi. In their mini adventure, we are introduced to a power sphere named Chimobot. If Ultrabot has the power of teleportation, Chimobot can turn an area into a simulation zone similarly to a video game. But here's the thing, if you die in the simulation world, you die in real life too. Picture how Wanda in WandaVision turns the whole town into a television sitcom. Papa Zola has an epic fight scene with KERCIS Han, and oopsie! We have a villain plot twist. KERCIS Han was trying to protect Pipi from Yonbi because Yonbi is actually the villain. He teamed up with aliens to take over the world by turning the earth into a simulation world using the power sphere Chimobot. We also get to learn the truth that it was Yonbi who betrayed the Papa agency, which leads to Papa Zola and Mama Zola getting sucked into Chimobot and turning them into a video game. So I am also confused as you are, but we can have questions regarding the canon of this film storyline later. So Pipi got kidnapped in a massive spaceship and somehow Otoi accidentally snuck into the same spaceship. So that is the main plot of the film, but however, there is a B plot for this film too. The aliens that work together with Yonbi actually released a totally not inspired by the old age of Xbox, a Y-Core VR headset, and they're giving out for free for everyone. However, people who wore the VR headset will get transported into the simulation world created by Chimobot, purposefully putting them in a little simulation world. And they got my boy Gopal and BoBoiBoy. So the mission here is to stop Chimobot, save everyone that's trapped in the simulation world, and save Pipi. Papa Zola and KERCIS Han will go to the simulation world to rescue Pipi and Chimobot. Mama Zola will monitor them while hacking into the simulation world to give power-ups for them. There is a very long fight scene that I simply forget about. For sure, we have BoBoiBoy and Gopal turning into these chubby dinosaurs to attack Papa Zola and KERCIS Han. We also have Mama Zola and Pipi turning into dinosaur form similarly to season 3 episode 10. But one thing for sure, Papa Zola sacrifices his life to save Pipi, so technically he died on screen. Of course, this is Monster, so we can't have that. So Otoi is teaming up with an alien to hack the simulation world and give Papa Zola full health again. They use Chimobot to suck in the simulation zone, including the villain Yonbi. Ha, mampu punya ni. In the end, Papa Zola lives happily with his family. He's been getting good reviews as a food rider and actually selling out his book. Okay, about the storyline. If this is a standalone narrative without disturbing any previous canon event, I will give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this film so much. However, since this film kinda rewrote the origin of Papa Zola in a not good way, I will give it 7 out of 10, which is still a high rating for me. So I have a few questions regarding this film's canon narrative. How did Chimobot turn Papa Zola and Mama Zola into a video game and animated series? Who is responsible with the marketing of it? Like, they literally turned two real-life people with government ID into fictional characters. How would KERCIS respond to the popularity of Papa Zola video games and animated series, knowing that his friends is trapped probably forever? So, the machine that sucked out Papa Zola and Mama Zilla from the video game is as powerful as the Powers for Chimu bot? The only hint we're getting of Papa Zola is a real person is in Season 2 Episode 1, we can actually see Papa Zola as a kid, even though it got brushed off as a joke. So, I have another few questions regarding this film's actual narrative. Why did Papa Zola refuse to work as a teacher again in Pulau Rintis Primary School? Hey guys, so this is Future Me. So on 2nd April 2024, Monster CEO Nizam Abdul Razak actually answered this on his personal Facebook account. He mentioned Papa Zola got fired as a teacher because of missing attendance as a school teacher due to his space mission with Tapak. He got multiple complaints from other teachers and got reported to the higher ups. He also mentioned Papa Zola retiring from Tapak is due to fans' backlash over Papa Zola being too goofy for comic relief and removes all tension and seriousness in BoBoiBoy Galaxy animated series. Monster also released a video version of the statement on 5th April 2024. However, there is no English statement or English subtitles available regarding Papa Zola's update, which is kinda sad for all the international viewers who really likes BoBoiBoy and Papa Zola. Side note, why are we getting a spy agency in the BoBoiBoy universe? Papa sounded so similar to the Mata agency in Agent Ali. Even the Papa eye mask is just Iris in disguise. It feels icky for me having this totally not a coincidence concept overlap across two separate IP, but oh well, that is a monster for you.
Attention shoppers at Sushike Mart, we have an important announcement.
This video is sponsored by me. It's been 3 months since all of you have seen me, so allow me to update the changes on the Sushike channel. First and foremost, we have a channel milestone. If this channel hits 5k subscribers, you can get a special sushi mukbang video from me. The reasoning behind it is because the Mr. Beastification of YouTube right now is killing the old YouTube culture, and here I am bringing it back like 180. Second and surely, we have hosts. Since I don't have Twitter or Blue Sky, this is the only way I could communicate with all of you. Third and the most exciting, we have a channel membership, and it is called Soy Sauce Pack because soy sauce can enhance the flavor of sushi like me. With only 3 ringgit or 77 cents USD per month, you can watch new videos earlier than anyone. You can have your naming videos as customer of the month, and you can use custom emoji in the comment section. Though it is optional to join my membership, your monetary support will help me upload more videos. That is all, and onto the video. So I mentioned briefly about how this film tackles midlife crisis. Picture this, you as a husband who had to work 3 jobs and that are not paying well, and you had to provide for your wife and a kid who's still in the kindergarten. Not only that, you are pressured to make sure your family can eat 3 times a day no matter how much your monthly payment is. And suddenly your only daughter wanted your family to go out on a holiday knowingly your wallet is screaming $0. As much as I cannot relate to that, but I do realize that that is a painful life that someone is living right now. I remember watching the scene in which Papa Zola was involved in an accident and had to pay back all the customers' food. My friend beside me bawled his eyes out because he can relate to that as he is someone who has a motorcycle. It just made me realize how honest this film is in capturing the hard truth of living that I'm sure my Southeast Asian subscribers can relate to. This film isn't an exaggeration whatsoever. It also makes me wonder why working as a food rider could not make enough to pay bills. Like, I do think working as a food rider is supposed to be a sustainable job similar to teachers and doctors because it is beneficial to the community. To answer that question, let me introduce you to the root of all economic problems: billionaires. Have you ever wondered to yourself why a person is gatekeeping $1 billion to themselves? Mind you, $1 billion can end world hunger, free earth from pollution, free healthcare, and free schooling. I want all of you to see your favorite billionaires either overseas or in my country Malaysia. I want you to question them why they have enough money to solve all the problems in this world. If my statement has opened your eyes, take this as a sign to stop worshipping and supporting these billionaires. If they are not transparent with how they manage their $1 billion, just boycott them fully. All billionaires are guilty of this because they can just simply be rich enough to live, but they're greedy as hell. And hell is the place for these billionaires. If I can do YouTube full-time and be rich because of it, I will promise to all of you, I will be transparent with my donations and all. Just so you know, nobody should be a billionaire in this world with how horrible the earth has been, and the solution of it is just $1 billion. Another thing that this film mentioned very briefly, but it is important for me to point it out. In an early scene of this film, when the game console company is giving away free VR headsets called WAKTU, and Mama Zilla said, "Hey, mana ada benda free zaman sekarang ni?" Which roughly translated to, "There's no such thing as free stuff nowadays." And later in film, the consumer that wore the WAKTU VR headset get transported into the simulation world, which is the villain's first step in world domination. This is an important commentary to discuss because there is no such thing as free stuff. When the product is free, you are the product. For an obvious example, ChatGPT. Yes, the one you're using right now to waste our drinking water on this earth. Free to use, right? But it actually uses your data to train that AI while polluting the earth you're living right now. If you can't fathom the word I'm saying right now, I will give you another example. When Coca-Cola decided to change their glass bottles to plastic, they claimed it was their way to convenience the customer. However, the plastic bottles ended up polluting the earth, and they pushed the narrative that we as a consumer did not recycle it enough. You see the pattern now? Hey, let's compare some images and you told me which one looks better. In front of you, there are two images of Papa Zola. Alright then. Now there are two images of Mama Zilla. Alright. Okay, no judgment. From that reaction alone, I think I can safely say for a lot of people that this film looks so amazing. Like really amazing. I really like the color grading for this film, and oh my god, the details on these character models. Since the power sphere Chimobot is pink, the movie really guided you with the pink motif to associate the color pink to Chimobot and the simulation power. Excellent usage of video game aesthetic too. Monster really outdo themselves with these amazing visuals. Like, I am fully satisfied, and I'm sure you also will be satisfied with the visual. If you're curious as I am, this film is created using the 3D animation and modeling software Maya, and they rendered all the 3D scenes using render farm called Fox Render Farm. Papa Zola the Movie can be described as a family movie that acknowledges the existence of older fans that have known Papa Zola since 2011. There are a lot of references in this film for older fans to enjoy and does not alienate new people who watch this film without prior knowledge. However, I do think Monster should be more vocal about the rewriting of Papa Zola's origin. Technically, they teased a new villain in this unreleased end credit scene a month ago. Probably it can help blending the new Papa Zola's origin story from this film with Papa Zola's original narrative in the BoBoiBoy animated series. My final rating for this film will be 8 out of 10 since it is a good standalone film from Monster, even with the kinda similar concepts to Agent Ali. To other animation studios out there, if you want to branch out and make a new IP to smoothly transition to a film, you can actually learn from what Monster did with Papa Zola. First of all, they have been pushing out content about Papa Zola and his family to make the audience familiar with him before watching this film. They released animated shorts on their social media platform last year about Papa Zola and his family fasting together during Ramadan in Papa Pipi Terpaling Puasa. Fun fact, my friends Mandayan and Blazing Dude are involved in animating the animated shorts. Another animated short they released is Papa Jadi Food Rider, which shows how Papa Zola tackles his new job as a food rider, which is very in line with this film. Make the audience familiar with your character first, then you can release either an animation pilot, series, or even animated film. Speaking of animated films, my friends just recently finished their final year short animated film available for you to watch on Animation Kingdom YouTube channel titled WAKTU and Sang KERCIS. WAKTU is about kid named Hak who accidentally traveled into the past when Malaysia was known as Tanah Melayu. Sang KERCIS is about a girl named Mawar and a mouse deer named KERCIS and their adventure of saving themselves from a hunter whose voice you might be familiar with. Every link is available down below, like you really can check it right now. If you want to watch Papa Zola the movie, it is available in cinemas right now if you live in Indonesia. And to my international fans out there, I'm sure the film will be available soon this year on Netflix or Monster's official YouTube channel. If you watched this video till the end, thank you so much. If you really want me to continue to be a YouTuber that promotes Malaysian animation, please subscribe to this channel because it does help a lot. Please like this video and share this video in your WhatsApp status. I know you're using WhatsApp right now. Comment down below, what do you think about this film if you already watched it, and tell me, are you team durian or not? Because I really love durian. Thank you and goodbye everyone.